Oh, okay. Thanks, guys. Do you have some tips for someone who's afraid of playing online but don't really know why? I just get too nervous and can't apply any of my training. I don't fucking understand. Well, you're literally voicing in your very text why you're uncomfortable playing online and why you're nervous. You're getting stressed. You're getting stressed playing online because Tekken is a highly competitive game. It's like my brother told me a few days ago. I play Dota, I play Counter-Strike, I play many other games online, and I dabble with Tekken, and still Tekken is the game that stresses me the most. And I can't tell you how many people have told me the exact same thing. I play many different games, but for some reason Tekken just stresses me out more than any other game. It's just that competitive. 1 versus 1, and we're beating each other up, and I think that's how we see it. That's how we see it. It's maybe that stresses us, that we're getting, it's a video game, but still we're beating each other up. 1 versus 1. Maybe your ego sees it as humiliating when you lose and someone's corpse punching you after the KO. Like, maybe that's, you know, you see that as a big, your ego gets very deflated. Maybe it's just the nature of fighting games. It's aggressive, it's fighting, it's 1 versus 1. You don't have a team to fall back on and say, oh, it's because they played poorly. It's always up to you. And yeah, it's kind of stressful playing this game and going up against a new character and they have 100 moves they're throwing against you. Of course it's stressful. And you think you're alone? No one wants to play ranked battle. No one wants to play it. Anytime I go out to play in the high ranks, I'm facing Dusty L from Finland. Every single time. And in Europe, how many people do you have, you think, who play Tekken? It's quite a few people, but no one wants to play ranked. Everyone plays player matches. Anytime I do sub fights with my dear subscribers, they play a very high level of Tekken, but they are like Vindicator rank, Brawler rank. Because they play player matches with friends and get good at the game. They don't want to play ranked. No one wants to play ranked. Even when I go to lower ranks, my sub characters, it's like I can't find anyone at Mighty Ruler. I can get sniped again by someone who's watching my stream, but that's it. I don't find anyone. Whereas when I play Mortal Kombat, for some reason, better netcode, but still I always find people playing Mortal Kombat ranked. Always. Doesn't matter what time of day. It can be in the middle of a work day here in Europe and I find someone within a few seconds. Whereas with Tekken, I'm always waiting and then I get the stream snipe and that's it. You're not alone. There are many factors that point to the fact that people get very stressed playing ranked. And it's like all of my friends tell me, it's just not fun playing ranked battle. You get very competitive, you want the new shiny rank, you get stressed. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like when people write, don't get too obsessed with ranks. How do you do that exactly? I mean, I try to do that these days and I don't solve too much anymore, but still, is it fun getting your ass fucking pounded 5 matches in a row, getting completely smoked? No, it's not fun. No one really enjoys that. And there are plenty, and it's like when you play ranked as well, it's like I can't tell you how many times there are desyncs, enormously long load times, the game outright crashes, my opponent is obviously cheating, he's either save scumming or, you know, someone's using a fucking macro or it's something else. On lag switches, plugging with no consequence. It's like, my God. And don't even, you know, start with the fact that in ranked people just play, how do I get wins as easily as possible, you know? Oh, there's Katarina, there's Anna, there's Leroy. It just gets really old after a while, and it's, I don't know, that's not how I enjoy Tekken the most. I enjoy Tekken the most playing against my friends and people who are very invested in their characters, and they'll play those characters no matter what, you know, they aren't obsessed with tier lists or how do I just score these wins as easily as possible? Oh, here's Noctis, you know, let's just try and be as cheap as possible with that character. And it's yeah, it's honestly, you can even tell with like many high-level players I encounter in ranked, I don't think they're having fun with the game. Even these hardcores, you know, who have the highest ranks, they seem quite miserable. Sometimes they come to my stream and they're like, you know, they might play Lucky Chloe or Leroy, and I take 2 losses, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I don't want to play anymore. You know, I fight them, I take 2 losses, and to me it's like, I'm trying to have fun, and fighting against Leroy, especially in ranked, I'm like, you know what, I'm not having fun, so I leave. And then they come to my stream, not everyone, but some of them, and they say, why did you leave? Why are you dodging? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like triggered by me leaving after a few losses. And I'm like, if you do that, are you really having fun with the game? If you get that frustrated and you have to tell other people how to play the game, you should always rematch no matter what. You should deathmatch. You should want to get good, learn every matchup. And it's like, but if that's not fun to me, why should I do it? I also paid $50 for this game. Shouldn't I be able to just stick to what I like? So it's like, you know, even the tryhards I encounter don't seem to have too much fun with ranked, to be honest. They seem quite miserable. So it's, you know, you're not alone. A lot of people are having a lot of issues with the game. Even the people who supposedly, you know, want to get good and enjoy the game. Many of them are very frustrated. And again, I can't tell you how many friends of mine who dabble with Tekken have told me they just refuse to play ranked because it's so stressful. And how many people I see in my sub pool, my sub base, you know, who play a very high level of Tekken, but have a brawler rank because they just don't want to play rank.
If you ever have the time, there was an interesting
and
Twitter
it's,
discussion about Tekken
you know,
stress on
no
Twitter.
wonder with all of the factors I've mentioned why it's stressful to play ranked. And don't feel bad about it. You know, Tekken is here to hopefully make you happy in some ways. Try to have fun with the game. That's what I try to do, you know. And no one can tell me this is how you should enjoy the game. No, I'll just stick to what I find is fun, you know. And that's what you should do. Play the character you find to be fun, and hopefully play with people who you have fun playing with. And if ranked stresses you out, maybe reevaluate your approach and try to do something else with the game. Play player matches, maybe, or play, see if you can find an online tournament, or maybe play offline with some friends. This would be great if you put that in a video. Yeah, I started talking a lot. I just find it to be a very interesting question, so yeah, I'll probably drop this to YouTube. But like, you're not alone, and it's like on a fundamental level, again, like every character in this game has 100 moves. Movement isn't very strong. It's super stressful being up close with Alyssa, and she's just buzzsawing you. And the worst feeling in the world to me is losing against someone where you can tell within 5 seconds that they've learned a couple of flowcharts. Like, for example, with Alyssa, chainsaw, chainsaw, chainsaw. And you can tell that, oh God, you know, on paper, I should beat this guy 10-0. He has no fundamentals. He has no movement. He has no defense against what I'm doing. But I'm taking a loss. I lose against him because I didn't know these flowcharts. And of course, you'd be correct to say that's on you. You should learn the matchup. Absolutely. But the thing with Tekken is that there's just so many characters. And there's so many variables. There's a lot of bullshit going around in Tekken. Oh, here's Xiaoyu with a flowchart. Here's Yoshimitsu. Here's Ganryu. Here's Fakum Ram. Here's Leroy. Here's Anna. Here's Nina. Here's... who haven't I mentioned? Eddie. You know, it's like... You can always say, get good, learn the matchup, but... Oh, a lucky Chloe. It's like, this game is unrelenting. It's so... puts such pressure on you to learn all of these matchups. And the harsh reality is that for most of us, we can't even do that. Because I'll lab Eliza, and then after 6 months, I'll run into Eliza, and then I'll scratch my head and say, how did I do this again? Dark moon, blood moon, and I lose. And it's, yeah, unless you have an offline community where everyone plays all of these characters and they can explain them to you, it's like, good luck learning all of the matchups. The harsh reality is that with this game, you'll always go online and then, oh, Master Raven, Xiaoyu, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, unless you're willing to quit your job and, you know, drop your girlfriend outside the, not the window, but the door, you know. It's just a never-ending knowledge check, Tekken. It's a wonderful, wonderful game. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing, but it's just so... I know a lot of people think it's a buzzword of mine when I say that this game is bloated, but I mean it when I say that it is bloated. It's not a catchphrase. Like, it's a great way of describing Tekken these days. It's a bloated mess. So, of course it's stressful, you know. Or just playing ranked, but oh, here's Kuma. And suddenly your combos aren't working and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. You have to learn specific combos for Kuma, a character you see once in 1,000 matches. You know, that's Tekken. That's Tekken. So this game is, for many reasons, incredibly stressful. So if you can find a way to enjoy this game, go that route. And never listen to people who say, oh, stop caring so much about rank, blah, blah, or your rank, you know, and play ranked and don't care about your rank. And it's like, how many people can do that? It's like, if you can, that's great. But for most of us, of course, no matter what, we're going to care a little bit about the rank and our win-loss ratio. So, you know, and learn all the matchups. If you want to do that and lab everyone, that's great, do that. But I mean, I love this game, but I'm not interested in labbing 50 characters inside and out. Sorry, I'm just not interested. It's like, I have other things I'd love to do with my time. Sorry. And I mean, if I feel that way, and I'm pretty passionate about this game, you know, I can bet your ass there's probably a lot of people out there who aren't labbing Lucky Chloe, Xiaoyu, Ganryu, Zafina. Are you labbing those characters? Or Kuma? You know, of course, the tryhards are doing it. The people who post on Tekken Reddit or Tekken Zaibatsu Discord, you know, who play this game all the time and they play ranked, but there's not a whole lot of them. But even those guys don't seem to be enjoying the game too much. Because they can't wait to tell you how you should play the game. Lab everyone, get good, oh, master this matchup, yeah. Never, always rematch, don't dodge. Don't be a fucking dodger, rematch all the time. It's like, okay, calm down. Like, I'm just trying to have fun with the game I bought. No, rematch, no! Okay. You know, so just do what you enjoy in Tekken and try to make sure you have more days, just like with a girlfriend of yours. Try to make sure that the relationship, so with Tekken and your girlfriend, that there are more good days than there are bad days, right? That's a really good philosophy to have. Yesterday I played ranked with Tekken. I had a bad taste in my mouth afterwards. Today I'm going to have a good day with the game. I'm playing player matches and tournaments, I'm playing with friends. So, do you get what I'm saying? Try to do what you enjoy. My God, that was a lengthy answer.